As they say, all good things must come to an end, and in the case of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the end is finally upon us. What started in 2018 as a reflection in the Inkling boy's eyeball is now a game fully realized. Little did we know back then that we would be treated to what was by far the best and most expansive roster Smash Bros. Has ever seen. With the recent addition of Sora as the final DLC fighter, perhaps the most ambitious video game crossover of all time is finally complete. But as this milestone is reached, the inevitable question now starts to rear its head. Where does the series go from here? This is not such an easy question, especially with the future plans of Smash's story director Masahiro Sakurai currently unclear. But I wanted to talk about some of the possibilities for Smash titles heading into the future, with or without Sakurai at the helm. Super Smash Bros. Games are massive. They're traditionally so full of content that most players don't ever even see all that a particular title has to offer. With so much crammed into one package, new Smash titles need years upon years of development time, and years upon years is probably how long we're going to have to wait until we get any sort of update on Ultimate's successor. But even though we probably won't be seeing anything new from Smash for a very long time, Nintendo, on the other hand, will have to start planning pretty soon if it wants to continue the series within a reasonable time frame. What is the best next move for Smash as a series? It's a question Nintendo internal teams will most likely be facing in the near future if they aren't dealing with it already. If we look at each past iteration of Smash, one thing is clear. Every entry so far has expanded on its predecessor. Melee expanded on 64, Brawl expanded upon Melee, Wii U expanded upon Brawl, and so on. Up until now, the model has been keep expanding with every iteration. I mean, it's the only strategy Smash has ever known, and clearly it's been a successful one. This question of expansion and project scale is something that we're seeing more and more in the video game industry. As games get larger and more advanced, making proper follow-ups becomes harder and harder. Games in a series like Smash that gets iteratively bigger and bigger naturally become more difficult and more demanding to develop as time goes on. And it makes me wonder if Smash has hit its natural ceiling with Ultimate, and simply adding more characters, stage, items, and modes isn't the best approach. Theoretically, Nintendo could deliver a Smash Bros. Game, say, 5 years from now, that has more characters and content than Ultimate, continuing with the iterative formula. But how feasible is that? It makes me wonder if there's any alternate route that the next Smash game could take that wouldn't necessarily be more, but it would be the new that the series needs. This is what makes me think perhaps the next game could be some sort of Super Smash Bros. Reboot. A reboot could work in a couple of ways. I could see Smash going back to its roots. When Smash 64 hit the scene, it was an innovative, new kind of fighting, or I guess party game. It was so fresh and unique that it ended up creating its own subgenre. So what if instead of expanding the amount of content for the next Smash game, why doesn't Nintendo take a page out of its own book and use the Super Smash Bros. Name to develop an all-new kind of fighting game using Nintendo's all-star heroes and villains? If a Smash Bros. Reboot eventually does happen, I predict we're going to see two things: a pared-down character roster and all new game mechanics. First of all, I think in a reboot title, the roster could be skinned down to a Smash 64 size one, or at least close, 12 to 15 fighters at the absolute most. But this time, including some different ones that are most relevant today. I say keep Mario, DK, Link, Kirby, Yoshi, Pikachu, and Samus, but add in Peach and Zelda, and even some of the newer but still relevant icons too, like the Inkling, the Villager, a Fire Emblem character like Byleth or Marth, and of course, add a few of the major villains, Bowser and Ganondorf for sure, and maybe King K. Rool or King Dedede. Of course, most, if not all of these will be returning characters, but the key is that they will have vastly different movesets, which will really help in making everything feel fresh. Ultimate did a great job with updating some of the classic characters, but in a full-on reboot, I want things to be taken a step further. Imagine Mario with Odyssey capture mechanics, or Link being able to use different masks or the Stasis Rune. What if DK could use Rambi and the other animal mounts from the DKC games, or if Samus could make use of her new Aeon abilities? All new movesets for the classic Smash fighters is something that is entirely possible, and would be, in my opinion, one of the best ways we could enter into a new era of Smash. Along with updated movesets, we'll definitely need new game mechanics, a lot of them, to make a new Smash feel truly fresh and to warrant a reboot in the first place. But how exactly would the mechanics change? Well, I'm not a game designer, so I'm not sure I have that many good ideas, but I've come up with a few that I think could be interesting. What if, first of all, the camera perspective during fights changed? Wouldn't it be interesting to see how Smash would work from, say, an over-the-shoulder or third-person perspective? If this were to happen, players would gain movement options in all directions of 3D space, rather than on the simple 2D plane that Smash is currently on. This would change the game up a lot, and I think it would be super interesting to see. Obviously, I'm not sure how the specifics would work and if it would even be possible, but a future Smash game from a new camera perspective would certainly shake things up, and I really think it's worth considering. Don't forget about the possibility of new modes too. A lot can be added to a Smash title by simply giving players new objectives for their multiplayer matches. Remember how it felt to play Coin Battle or the special Melee modes for the first time? The same notes could easily be struck in a new Smash game. Give us stuff like Smash Battle Royale or King of the Hill. Maybe bring back some older stuff too, like Smash Run and the Stadium games, but with a new twist. The more ways there are to play, the more fresh the end product will feel, especially if that means there will be more ways for us to experience Smash that we haven't experienced in the past. Beyond a Smash reboot, I think a remake is a possibility that also deserves consideration. What if the next Nintendo console is on par graphically with something like a PS5, or even beyond that? Maybe that's doubtful, but if it's even close, with that kind of hardware and processing power, maybe it makes sense to use a beloved title we already have as a base and give a classic Smash game a facelift. I love the original Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64, but if you ask me, it's the only Smash title that truly looks and feels dated. What if instead of a brand new Smash game, Smash 64 got a gorgeous 4K facelift with online functionality? Not only would this be a sight to behold, but it would serve as a celebration for a classic title that created a phenomenon. And I think I have another, possibly better idea, but in the same vein. For a 20-plus-year-old game, Smash's second entry, Super Smash Bros. Melee, still has a thriving community. Nintendo is no doubt aware of this, so why don't they try to cash in on the currently split Smash player base and give the Melee fans the Melee HD they've been clamoring about for years? We can even keep the GameCube controllers. If it's done right, a Melee remake would capture the attention of longtime veterans, and maybe that officially sanctioned Pro Circuit could finally become a reality too. Imagine what would happen to the Melee scene if a faithful next-gen remake was announced. One with the potential to bring online play and maybe even all new DLC characters. I get amped even thinking about it. Unfortunately, a Smash remake is probably the least likely possibility I brought up here, but it's nowhere near impossible, so we can remain hopeful. We still have many more good years of Ultimate left to enjoy, so I'm not really yearning for a new Smash yet, but looking into the future, the time when we can start expecting information on a new Smash game is going to come upon us earlier than we think. That's what happened with Ultimate after all. A lot of us were still enjoying Smash 4 when we got the first news on Ultimate, but that's how it goes. We'll all be enjoying Ultimate for years to come, and before we know it, we'll have something else to look forward to. No matter how and when this series continues, I know one thing, we'll all be here to enjoy it, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo pulls out of its hat next. While we wait, keep it here for more quality Smash Bros. And Nintendo content. Thanks for watching.